Namaste. My name is JVN Rishi Gautam from Department of Journalism. Today we will discuss about Introduction to Human Communication. On a daily basis, human beings, regardless of who they are or where they come from, all take part in interpersonal communication. Often we are unaware of our participation in an interpersonal communication interaction because these actions have become such an ingrained part of our daily lives that we go about them mindlessly and automatically. In the same fashion, our bodies go about automatically keeping our hearts beating. We argue with our roommates and family members over who ate the last of the favorite cereal in the morning. We make comments about the weather with the individuals on the bus, in the elevator, or at the coffee shop. We email professors for classification on assignments and text friends to find out what's going on later that night. These are things that may seem ordinary and mundane, but are all acts of interpersonal communication. At this point, you may be asking if I am already an expert on interpersonal communication due to my lifetime of experiences. Why then should I spend time learning more about it from a textbook? The simple answer is that though we may do interpersonal communication on a daily basis, the majority of us aren't actually that good at it. Interpersonal communication creates the foundations for the majority of the things in life that brings us the greatest of happiness and the worst of sorrow. Therefore, we should all take time to get good at it. This textbook will help you to understand what interpersonal communication is and how it works. Once we have a greater understanding of the process of interpersonal communication, we can apply that knowledge and our personal situations. We can work towards a level of interpersonal communication competence that limits the times of sorrow and increases the time of happiness. In order to understand the concept of interpersonal communication, we must first have an understanding of communication in general. Definitions of communication. Definitions of human communication range from speech is the great medium through which human cooperation is brought about to the more specific definition of the American College Dictionary, the imparting or interchange of thoughts, opinions, or information by speech, writing, or signs. Though there are many definitions of communication, they all seem to agree that ideas must be shared before communication can exist. Communication should be thought of a process, not simply as a transfer of meaning from one mind to another. There is something necessarily mutual about human communication. Each party influences the other. Communication is a truly dynamic process. Communication involves common experience and mutual influence. Real communication is very difficult if there is not at least some small opportunity for two-way influence. Whether we know it or not, we communicate hoping to influence others to respond as we want them to respond. This process has no beginning or end and is ever changing, dynamic, and mutual. The vast numbers of definitions of communication are very similar. For the purposes of this book, communication will be broadly defined as the use of verbal and non-verbal messages to create ongoing mutual influence. Means the communication process is the steps we take in order to successfully communicate. Components of the communication process include a sender, encoding of a message, selecting of a channel of communication, receipt of the message by the receiver, and decoding of the message. In this process, human communication is the process of creating a meaning between two or more people. Human communication is the process of creating a meaning between two or more people. Communication is fundamental to the existence and survival of humans as well. It is the process of creating and sharing ideas, information, views, facts, feelings, thus at the time of communication. Human communication process. Let us help you better understand important aspects of human communication processes. You can use our helpful video and text lessons to study. Within the field of communication, thank you.